relationship was all from the end of World War II until when he passed away, because he was available to us. But previously, we never saw him. And I mean, Michael and Barbara can tell you 50 stories. I bet I hadn't heard 49 of them because I was away. And he tried to make up different things in different ways, but he really didn't know how to do it because he never had a relationship.
One day, you know, when we were married, a young married couple living in the Brooksby Farm area, and our parents moved to Cross Keys, which was just down the way, and he would pop over the house. He would pop over the house without asking, which wasn't a very good idea. So one day I said something, he got very angry, but his life was very wrapped up in us, all of us. And you might almost say especially me, because I lived right up the street.
He didn't have any really local friends. He was away most of the time, you know, over the years.
We didn't have any father-son conversations.
Yeah.
He didn't know how, and he wasn't there. So when we were alone with him later years, I think he was uncomfortable with it.
One day he came in and he handed me a poem, and it was a long poem, and I felt uncomfortable about that because he was centering his love too much on me. After all, I was married, so then I never really read it. For some reason, I didn't want to read it. It was maybe 3 pages long. But the title, I read the first few lines. It says, "Please hear what I'm not saying." I still have that poem, but it was just maybe too little too late. I don't know. But I never felt comfortable reading that poem.
You know, we could go on and on with a description of what life was like in those days. But eventually, the kids reading this are going to be more familiar, because it's going to be more and more current with what they're going through. So I think somewhere along the line, it'd be nice if we had a statement saying this was a chronicle of the Swidler clan from 1930 to the present. If you're interested in reading it, read it to your children, and retain a copy that you can add to it for future years. It'd be nice if we remind them, this is not the end, this is something they can add in.
We haven't mentioned the date that we're doing this and how old each of us are.
Yeah, that's what I was leading up to, Michael.
I forgot how old I am.
My Parkinson's is catching up to me, so Bob will be happy I'm losing my voice.
I can do this very simply. I'm 79. At the end of this year, I'll be 80, and we're in 2019, and we're approximately 3 years apart, and I'm the youngest.
I'm 82.
And Dad, you'll be 85 in
I'm
May.
85 next month in May.
So between May and December, we're exactly 3 years apart.
With 4 or 5 diseases, which my wife has helped me fight.
So I was very happy when you two were out of the house. I was the only one there. And Dad, you know, he watched television a lot and he read a lot. He didn't need the car, so I had the car. I was able to get it. And did I tell you about what happened with the tires on the car on the last time? Or maybe I didn't.
The wheel came off?
No, I used to use the car to, when I started graduate school at Boston University, and
Shift, by the way. Automatic shift.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, he wouldn't have it, even though air conditioning was available, he wouldn't have any, he thought your gas mileage would get down too low if you had air conditioning. We couldn't convince him, both Mara and I couldn't convince him when he ever bought a car to get air conditioning. But anyway, this was an older car, and so I would take the car, and I left it at what's that station in East Boston?
Maverick Station.
A Maverick Station, because they hadn't extended the subway to East Boston yet. You had to get take a bus to Maverick, and I left. You would leave the car there, go to my classes, and then come back on the subway and pick it up. And one day I came back with the car, and I looked at the car, and I said to Ma, I said, those aren't the tires on the car that we had. We had much better tires. And I realized that car was jacked up, and at least they replaced the tires.
They don't do that anymore.
and those
That's so nobody would notice.
the original tire, and I didn't know, the original tires were fairly new. So Ma said, don't tell him. She says, I think we're going to be trading in that car soon anyway. And I encouraged him to trade in the car before he would notice. And he never did notice. I'm surprised.
I know.
He never noticed, and we traded in the car. And we got that black Chevy with the wings. You know the wings on the back? You know how the fins on the back?
Yeah.
That was our next car.
All right.
And I never parked the car in Maverick there again.
Do you want to take a break and think about how for a second? Okay.
I think that's probably